For you, the president.
That's Not Why You Called. Hosted by Lefty.
I deserve to be blown.
Dr. Chiz.
One more chance.
Thursday, 7 p.m. Central. It's That's Not Why You Called.
And here we go.
Hello? It's not your battery, it's your alternator. Welcome to That's Not Why You Called, episode 13. Lucky 13. This is the 13th time we've done this awful internet podcast / radio show / electric boogaloo. Anyway, I'm your host, Lefty, welcoming you for the next 2 hours. We have your ear, hopefully, or your eyes, too. I don't know why. This isn't a show you really need to watch. Just listen.
Yeah.
And learn.
Nothing appealing right here.
Nope.
Just play the audio and play some games.
Yeah.
Or watch news, whatever it is. You
Don't
just
watch the
listen
news.
to us.
Don't watch the news. Because you got to listen to
Still
that.
Watch the news. No, you don't. They got the big
It's
pictures
depressing.
there.
You should just
with
watch.
the
You should
subtitles.
watch the news and listen to the show, and then mute the news, so it's like we're talking, like we become the anchors.
And it's way better.
It makes the news way better
Mm-hmm.
and less
Less
sad.
depressing.
Yeah.
See?
It's really depressing.
It is.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm your host Lefty, and of course over there on the far right we have our co-host Dr. Chiz. You can follow him at Dr. Chiz on Twitter, and the link to his Twitch page, not his YouTube channel, is in the description. So go ahead and check that out. We're going to talk about that in a little bit. And Katie is back after a week hiatus because she had to go make that money at work. She is back helping us produce the show, keeping us on time and everything. And as always, our special guest this week is absolutely nobody. Because that's not what we do on the show.
You guys asked, we delivered.
Ta-da! Nobody! You know what? The special guest is you. We want to bring
George
you
Carlin.
into
George
us.
Carlin from the grave.
We're just going to play George Carlin
From the grave.
bits.
He's
That's all
from
we're
the
going to do.
grave coming to you live.
That's the power we have here at That's Not Why You Called.
Talk to the dead.
Yeah. But no, we want you to be the guest. We
You
want
can't
you to be here in the show, in the studio that we will have once you put $150,000 a year into an account that we can so we can pay the rent on a studio. Then we'll bring you into the studio, and this show will be all three of us.
Not
and you.
literally, figuratively, though.
Well, we'll bring you
can't have
figuratively into the
people
studio, not literally. No. We can't have that many people in there.
No.
Like two. We
It's
have
that
like two
insane.
people, and it'd be crowded.
That is
Two
not
people
up to
plus
snuff
us.
on the fire code. They will not allow that many people.
No. We will be over occupancy, and we don't have the kind of clout, the political clout, where we could go. Because then you got to go to the municipality, and you got to talk to the zoning committee and the zoning guys, and you got to grease those wheels, and we just we don't have that kind of money. So
No.
you'll be figuratively.
$500,000 though.
We'll get a big suit. We'll put it in a warehouse,
Yeah.
and then you can show up.
Like we'll just rent out at Costco.
Yeah, that's what we'll do. Or no, there's one of the some of those like quick assembly steel buildings, that they erect in like 2 weeks and are totally
set up.
structurally sound. I'm sure. I mean,
Hey, the state fair does it all the time. I'm sure we can too.
yeah, and if it's good enough for fat hairy rednecks, it's good enough for us.
Funnel cakes.
Funnel cakes are good.
Funnel cakes are good.
Or
Yep,
elephant
yep.
ears, right? Remember the elephant ears? Like, do you want a left or a right? Like, just give me the fucking pastry,
me
you douche. Trying to act like this is an actual. Shut up! Just let me eat the cholesterol, please.
And the sugar
And the sugar.
and the fried dough.
Fried dough. And then the corn where they just stick it into a vat of butter. Like they just take an ear of corn, just go blue into butter. And then they're like, here you go. And it's the greatest thing ever.
State fair's killing people since 1907.
Mm-hmm.
I just like the smoked turkey legs.
Oh, yeah, those are good. Yeah. And then you can go fancy some arts and crafts, some crappy arts and crafts that are way overpriced.
And they go ride on the unsafe, recently built carnival ride.
Yeah, I don't ride carnival rides. Katie always gets mad at me.
They're dangerous.
Because she was here, it was like it was summer. We were driving by, and there's a Summerfest, a couple Summerfests around here. And she was like, "You want to go on rides?" I'm like, "Fuck no, I don't." No. I have more. If the IQ of the guy operating the ride is less than the number of teeth he has in his mouth, then I'm not going to ride that thing. And also, it's sitting on the trailer it was drove in on, whatever the hell. It's sitting there.
Driven.
They didn't it's not like a thing where they got to drive it in on a trailer and take it off and then assemble it. They drive it in on a trailer, it unfolds, and then they're just like, yeah, whatever. Yeah, let's go. Get them on there.
You could go to Six Flags.
Yeah.
Busch Gardens.
I could go to Six Flags. I hate waiting in line, though. I don't want to wait in line an hour and a half for like a 45-second ride. A minute and a half.
In the morning.
What?
In the morning. It's not that long. You got to pick the right day.
You know, the best time to go was on Physics Day. When high school classes would do physics. I don't know if anybody... Six Flags Great America here in Illinois, it's up north. They have high schools from around the area all have physics days where they go, and when you're studying mechanics, we did it actually when I was in... Also, or the second time I went when I was in AP Physics, and we were studying E&M, but we didn't care. It was a free trip to Six Flags. You go, and there's like nobody there.
Why?
Because it's like starting in the spring. Because it's like during school, it's like in the spring, and you get there at like 10 in the morning, right? And who's one taking off school and then showing up at Six Flags at 10 a.m. So Physics Day was fun, but that was enough. That was enough Six Flags for me.
No, you go again.
Also, I'm scared because I'm tall.
So?
Like I
Your
just
legs are gonna hit stuff.
no. I fear that like with the tunnels and stuff, like I don't want to put my arms up because like I
don't
have
do
to
that.
figure. Well, how tall am I relative? Shut the fuck up. Shut the hell up. Are we back? What? What? My internet's working fine. So, yeah, my router just went. Okay. It wasn't a DOS attack, don't worry. But the stream restarted, so it's not going to publish properly to YouTube after this. Great. So we're back up. Tweet us, hashtag, this is a perfect time to mention. If you want to let us know that we're back up, tweet us, hashtag TNWYC on Twitter. Tweet it to us. Tweet it all. Let us know that we are still alive and broadcasting. Well, I know I'm alive.
We thought you had been kidnapped. Because it was like, it broke up a bit, and she thought so too. And we were just like, Katie, cheers. Did he freeze? Yeah. All right.
Yeah, it's my router just, it's been doing that throughout the week. It'll just randomly like be like, hey, I'm gonna restart now. Okay, bye.
Yeah. And you have Comcast.
And I do. So I don't know. At first I was like, oh damn it, XSplit, and then I looked and you guys were frozen. I'm like, son of a bitch.
You were froze like this.
Yeah, you were like,
Oh, was it a cool freeze pose?
well,
It
your
was like
face
an
was kinda
aliens kind
derpy,
of.
But you were like this.
Well, that's how I am normally. That's just my normal look. It's just a derp face. So
You owned it though. That's what matters. You
It looked
owned
good.
it. That was your.
I owned it. Oh, everybody's saying audio stuff. Sorry, my bad. XSplit volume dropped. We're good. We should be good on audio levels now.
Everything's broken. Ah.
Well, because Windows automatically, like, there's like programs that are like, no, this program volume down, and then like, no, this program volume up, and it's like, stop changing volume levels. But they don't listen.
I don't remember what we were talking about.
What the hell were we even talking? We were talking about.
You were going into something because you were like, you had this.
I was talking about Physics Day. I don't know when I started breaking up. I was talking about, or when the show went down.
I don't know.
You're basically just explaining why people weren't at the park.
Yeah, because nobody wants to go.
Oh no! It was that
Right?
you were too tall.
Oh yeah, I don't understand the safety margins built into those kinds of rides.
That's why you don't raise your hands. I don't ever raise my hands unless it is an open area roller coaster.
Mm-hmm.
That's
I'm not
fun.
taking that chance. Yes, it is fun because I don't want to lose my fucking arms.
Oh.
Like,
Right.
don't do that on Thunder Mountain Railroad.
Oh, don't
You
do
will
that.
lose everything.
No.
Oh, I have done it, and I'm fine.
Yeah, but you're not over 6 foot.
Yeah, 6 foot. It's a thing because when I went for my second physics day in high school to Six Flags Great America, there's a crappy ride there called the Whizzer. It's awful. It's like
Describe it.
it's like a starter roller coaster.
Okay.
There's no it's above track. It's one of those that has the seat bar, the bar that comes down, so you're not doing any loops.
Yeah.
It's like a roller coaster, not for kids, but not for like I want to do some roller coasting. It's just like kind of it's a tweener. And I was the tallest. Me and this other kid were the tallest people in the class, and he was just he was like a really big guy, but he's really smart. And it was me and him, and he was like, "Yeah, we need to go on the Whizzer," and I'm like, "Why? Like we're 18 years old. I don't want to go on that thing." And he said, "No, we got to play the Whizzer game." And I'm like, "What's that?" Well, the Whizzer apparently is built around a little forested area. And when you're riding it, you get really close to like trees and stuff.
Oh my god.
And his game was you have to reach out and see how many tree leaves you can grab while on the Whizzer.
Wow.
He
Really
played
went to
that
school
game
with a
alone
bunch of
because I was
smart
like, "Oh
fuckers.
yeah, well I'll get on that too." And I sat behind him. He played that game alone because I was not about to go sticking my arm out trying to grab limbs of trees and stuff. So that's the
He's
kind of
been in
thing.
physical therapy ever since.
Probably mental therapy too. But that was my thing. I'm like, I don't want to like, and that's what I'm like. Wow, I'm a large enough human that like, because there had to be safety factors, right? There's a guy somewhere at Six Flags that takes measurements of like, okay, like does this stuff need to be trimmed yet? Does this foliage need to go and stuff? There's got to be a guy that does that. I hope. And I exceeded his measurements, and that scares me. So,
Do you know Space Mountain?
oh yeah, I know
at
Space
Disneyland?
Mountain. Mhm.
Yeah. I bet this particular individual would do that at Space Mountain. Space Mountain is amazing, but it's the kind of ride where I wish I could get hunkered down even more inside of the seat.
Right.
Because you are zooming past, not trees, but like industrial fucking
Yeah.
Well,
reinforced
you're-
steel beams and shit.
Right. You're zooming
like
past the
murder.
rest of the damn roller coaster.
Yeah, that's why it's dark, because they hide the roller coaster.
Oh, that
There are
same-
girders everywhere.
The rock and roll roller coaster, or the rock and roller coaster, is
Oh,
that what it's
yeah.
called at
You
MGM?
kinda see better in that one though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That one was cool though. Like, what is it? It like does 0 to
I
60
thought that
and
was really
some.
lame.
Yeah, it
That was
does.
really dumb.
That
You thought it
one.
was dumb? I liked
Yeah.
it. I dug it.
I like the air ram, like how you go like 0 to 60 in a couple seconds, but
Mm-hmm.
that was like it. After that, I was just like,
Yeah, but they're blasting Aerosmith into your ears while you're riding. And that's awesome.
But the music in
okay.
Space Mountain is good, and it's totally dark.
It's been so long since I've been on Space Mountain. I don't remember the
And I
music.
like that it's totally dark, because whenever they accidentally show a little glimpse of light, and I see that there's a huge fucking 3-foot wide girder right next to where I'm fucking flying by, that's when I go, reminder, hands inside the vehicle at all times. Don't want to die.
The interesting thing for me, kind of Space Mountain, was approaching like what in line. The line isn't just
Are we talking about I don't know if you have a different one. Are you talking about the one in Disneyland?
Disney World.
Okay.
The line, the line in Disney World, it's not your standard, back and forth serpentine. There's a little bit of that outside, if I remember correctly. But when you get inside, it's like a long trail that you go on, and there's all like space themed, stuff, and at the time it was CRT monitors and all that stuff, and it was kind of cool because it was like waiting in line isn't as lame as like, okay, wait until, and you start doing the math like, okay, each ride takes about 24 people. And let's see how many people are in front of me. So how many times does that? At least that's a game I played because I'm a
I
nerd
used to
and a
do that all
loser.
the time.
And so how many times am I going to have to wait? And blah, 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 blah. Unless you're one of those people that you pay people with
Fast
disabilities.
Fucking come with you. That was awesome, because my dad legit doesn't have a disability. His knee is fucked up, so he would just, and he didn't do it like the people that he brings a cane everywhere because he needs it to walk. So they're like, oh, go ahead and cut in line. He's like, what? Like, yeah, front line to Indiana Jones, go. Like, oh, this is awesome. You're fucking bringing that everywhere if this is the case. And we went and did the Thunder Mountain Railroad, and he brought the cane into the cart because it's just a cart with a bar. It's not like a full strap down. And it fell down a hole. There was a little hole at the
God, if I
bottom
had
of
a
the
nickel
thing.
for every time.
It fell down the hole and hit the track and snapped the cane in half.
Oh,
Yeah,
damn.
and it was a really nice one, and I was more depressed because now I'm like, we don't get to cut in front of the lines anymore.
You're a dick.
Like, damn it. He's like, well, I can't walk anymore. I'm like, yeah, that sucks, but the front of the line, man, is hot. This is LA. It's like 110.
That's terrible.
I think we went when Space Mountain first got inducted into Disneyland, and that sucked ass because that line, it has that part you're talking about when you get in, it's all windy and shit like that, but you're not kidding about the outside portion. This went all the way out. It was in the sun. It was the bank thing and everything. It was ridiculous. No fun.
I waited for the Harry Potter ride at Universal for like 2 hours.
Fuck that. Nope. No,
I
you
waited
showed
for
me
an
that.
hour.
No. You asked me, would I go on that with you? And the answer is no.
Big Spider.
Yeah. Screw that.
Yeah, big spider, and there's a big snake too, the basilisk consortium.
Thanks. Yeah, thanks for.
But that's not as bad. The Big Spider.
It's a big spider
Big
like
spider.
spitting at you? No.
It's all right. I'll hold your hand.
No, it doesn't. That's sorry.
That won't help.
I love you, but not that much.
Whoa. Okay.
Wow. Not that much. A
Oh,
giant
that-
spider comes between us.
Yes. I'm throwing. If there is ever an apocalypse in which giant spiders are attacking us,
Throw you towards them while he ran away.
yes.
And he would hide in a spider hole. Spider
no.
hole. The spider hole. Do you not know what a spider hole is?
No.
It's where, like,
Where the spiders go?
no, it's not. That would be
That's what I
horrible.
thought.
No, a spider hole is like a little bunker type thing underground. Well, it's like a hole that you go
Foxhole?
into. Kind of.
So what's the difference between a foxhole and a spider hole?
Couldn't you
I
just
don't know. I think
bunker?
spider hole is more synonymous with like back when the Japanese we were fighting them. They'd come out of those things in the
Oh, okay.
forest. Those were spider holes. I'm
Yeah, in
pretty sure.
Vietnam and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those are spider holes.
Yeah, I'm saying yeah, like yeah, I remember that being there.
No,
I remember.
Nobody got the ironical joke like, yeah, he's running away from spiders, he's going to a spider hole. Ha! But I had to explain it, so it's fucking deader than George Carlin.
George Carlin's pretty dead.
That's really.
Macabre.
Morbid.
Yeah.
Now, do you scream on roller coasters? I bet Katie does.
I'm a girl, duh.
Yeah.
Wow, I don't know. I didn't know that was a sign to gender. Lefty, do you scream?
No. Not
I don't
really.
get the appeal.
It's
of
been
it.
it's been 1 week since you looked at me. I'm sorry, I don't know why that popped into my head.
What?
No, it's been a long time since I've been on a roller coaster. I don't remember. It's been hell.
It might have been 2 years, 3 years. I think the last time I went was senior year of high school, so 3 years.
Yeah. So I don't know. It's been. I honestly don't remember if I scream.
I like roller coasters.
I may be
don't
like,
scream.
wow, yeah.
I feel like I'm just enjoying it, and I feel like screaming is more work. As retarded as that sounds.
Yeah,
It's like, I'm
yeah.
enjoying it. I don't see the point. Unless I'm scared, in which case I do scream on roller coasters. Like if my feet, I don't do well with roller coasters where there's no floor and my feet. And
Oh
legs
yeah,
are
the
dangling.
like
I don't
Superman,
do
like
well.
Those
Superman
are
the
the
ride.
best ones.
No, those are the
Those
worst
ones.
ones. What are you talking about?
And my friends tricked me because in Northern California they have Medusa. It's the tallest one, I guess, in Northern California, which doesn't say much. There's nothing else besides that.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, yeah, no, it's fine. It has because I said no to one where you're in just a basket and there's nothing before you. And they said, no, it's fine. You sit down in like a chair and there's a floor. And I'm like, fine, I will go. I get in there. There is a floor. I sit down. And then the floor goes out from under you, and then they take you away. And I'm like, y'all fucking lied to me. I'm going to scream. And it's like, it's the tallest, so it's just nothing but a huge, very slow, clickety-clack ascend until it lets go. And that entire time, I'm cursing in your face. I don't like my feet being dangled, especially when I'm wearing Vans and they flip on and off.
Oh yeah, the skater shoes. Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
I will hit a child in the face on accident.
Do you guys know why in roller coasters with loop-de-loops that they're not perfect circles? They're more teardrop shapes?
It's because you got to keep the momentum going.
Oh, so limit G-forces from the centripetal force on the
Well,
riders.
that's just stupid. I want to pull some G's. So I want to fucking roller
No,
coaster.
but it would get to
After
the...
a while, that it'll like head rushes and just you'll
Yeah,
pass
because
out.
the G-force... I mean, there's a reason fighter pilots wear those kinds of suits and stuff. It's because it's... I mean... They actually pull the G's, but if you were to experience the kind of some of the G forces, given your speed and the angle about which you go and blah 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 blah, you know, you would get some people that if they have even minor heart conditions and they need blood flow to extremities or they have weak blood flow and stuff like that, it becomes a legitimate issue. And so, in order to save themselves from having to be really really careful about who rides their rides, they just make them teardrop shapes to lessen the G forces.
But it take all the fun out of a roller coaster.
It's science. Science is cool.
Do you have the one where you sit down in like this just a row thing like this, and then it just spins and then tilts you upside down and backwards and like
No,
that?
yeah, those are at the county fair again, and screw those rides.
dinky,
No,
shitty ones, yeah.
no, I would not
Once
even
again,
touch that.
I'm
Are those
gonna
things?
go
Do those
free
things
will.
not have like seat belts? The ones that use the centripetal force,
I don't think a lot of them do. I think it's like a bar.
right? And you hold them like this. It's like a vertical
Yeah.
bar that's next to you, and they no,
I wouldn't ride that.
no,
Yeah.
not riding that.
Like
Like
what is
Pharaoh's
it?
Fury, screw that thing.
Ours is the Tasmanian Devil, which is just the pendulum spinning wheel, big one, and then it rocks back and forth while spinning, and it gets really high and shit. It's fun, but it's got double safety. So you have a seatbelt, and you get the harness that locks down. And whenever there's a harness that locks down, my hands are death gripping the fuck. I don't know why people are like spinning and going up in like a 45, 90-degree angle. Woo, this is fun. I'm like, fuck you, death grip the goddamn thing, never letting go. Yeah, it's fun, but I don't need to let go. No.
No.
Because I've had that bar move on me sometimes, like move up a click, and I'm like, oh, fuck, get down. And that's nerve-wracking.
Yeah. Also, there's a good time to remind everybody. We do appreciate it if you like the stream. I love seeing the ticker roll by on Twitter as everybody likes the stream. We didn't get to that in our propers. Also, if you want to get in touch with the show, hashtag #TNWYC. Add that on Twitter, and we will see it if you want to get involved with the discussion. Anyway, I'm Lefty. You're at my channel. We didn't get through the propers that we normally do. And Chiz, or no, we didn't get through what we normally do on the first segment. What's going on? Are you doing the I'm Not a Crook? The Nixon?
Yeah, I'm doing
I'm not a crook.
And then boom. He goes, hashtag.
So what's been going on everybody by Chiz? I mean, I wanted to ask this because for a while I linked Chiz's YouTube channel in the description, but now I link his Twitch channel. And there's been an update. Twitch is a gaming live streaming website. So if you want to go watch people play video games live, you can go there, twitch.tv. Now, Chiz, what's been going on with your streaming channel? What's the deal there? You had an update. I saw you tweet earlier today about...
I have not been streaming
Why not?
because my internet is unstable and I'm scared to use it. That's why.
Why are you scared?
Because I'm afraid to use it, it'll go down and not come back up. And I had to make sure I was here for the show and everything went fine.
That
So the show took
commitment.
priority
See,
over
you
my
see,
stream.
you know what that is? Professionalism, right there, kids.
Yep.
$150,000.
And we're here.
And we're here, yeah. So we're here, and Chiz didn't want to
Risk it.
risk his
get
internet
the
connection.
biscuit.
So
I got cake instead of biscuits. But that's that. I want to stream, but I didn't.
so you
So-
want to stream.
I want to stream.
So what are you doing about figuring out if your internet is stable enough? What's
Nothing.
okay?
guess
So
I'll
you're
try.
professional when it comes to the show, but your own stream, no.
What am I gonna do?
I don't know. Just stream.
I will.
Has
but
it been
I was
going
not
down a lot?
It went down Tuesday or Monday for like an hour and a half, and I couldn't
Uh-huh.
get back on. And then it came back up,
Yeah.
and it's sad face.
Hmm.
What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? None. That's usually the case for these things. No.
Oh, did it do the same thing that happened 2 weeks ago? Or was it
No, this went actually down.
2 weeks.
Was it 2
This
weeks?
went
Yeah.
down.
Ah.
So
Okay.
that's that. Not really fun. Got nothing else to say. So what have you been doing on your respective YouTube
Been
channel?
playing Arma 3. I've been looking to play the Payday 2 beta. We'll get to that. But been playing Arma 3. Played a lot with Wings. Got a lot of content from that. I actually did a mass upload today. I've got content through, I think, the 18th of August.
You had fun with
I've got-
Wings.
Yeah.
Had fun with Wings. Yeah.
Oh, because you were mad at me. Because I asked you and you were gone for like half an hour.
No, I wasn't.
You were.
He asked me, "Do you want to play Payday 2?" And
Yes.
I said, "Not now. Give me 30 minutes." And he said, "I'll ask Wings to play Arma." In a minute, I went, "Fuck it, let's play." A minute had
But
passed.
when I
1
said
minute.
right, but however, unlike most people, when I tell you I'm doing something, that's because I'm actually doing it. When I was telling you, okay, since you're going to take 30 minutes, we'll just play later. I'm going to ask Wings. I was in the process of asking Wings, and Wings said, "Yes. What do you want from me?" I had already asked him. I can't say, "Oh wait, Wings, never mind."
Yes, you can.
No, I can't.
Yes, you can. You've got that much douche in you.
No, I don't.
Yes, you do.
I'm not a douche.
You said that funny.
You.
I know. So like a South Park character. But no. So played Arma 3 with Wings. Got a lot of great content from there. And hopefully it sometime soon we'll have. Yeah, how about you, Mr. Oh, I tell you, I'm going to go work out while these videos upload. In about an hour, I'll
One
be back.
time.
And then I even text you.
I fell asleep.
Okay. Professionalism. So we were supposed to play Payday 2.
Professionalism, and then I replied back with, after 2 hours had passed, boobs! Exclamation point, because I
Yes.
did not know what to say since I had missed our date.
Yeah. So
So,
at that point, Katie was coming home.
but
from
prior
work.
to that, you're not telling people the other side of the story. You have asked me on 2 other instances to play with you.
Yeah,
and
but
I
then my
say
dad
yes.
called and wanted to go get something to
I said
drink.
your dad wanted to go.
Because I was hanging out with my dad. What do you
Fuck
want?
you for being a good son.
Yeah.
Fuck you for being a good son.
We were getting drunk and solving all the world's problems. So how
Yeah.
dare you try to interfere with that? What are you against
Eliminating
solving
the
all the
Jews.
world's problems, Chiz? Is that your thing? You don't want
There's
that to
only
happen?
one final solution.
It's the ultimate showdown. This is the
Mr.
ultimate
Rogers.
showdown. Wait, who ended up winning that?
Destiny. Mr. Rogers.
Oh, that's right,
In a
Mr. Rogers.
bloodstained sweater.
Yeah. See,
kill
I had
himself.
figured when Chuck Norris arrived, it was game over. I thought
I
Chuck
thought
Norris
it was going to be
season
Indiana
one.
Jones.
Yeah, but
He got kicked in the balls
he did.
by Chuck Norris.
Yep.
Frankly, that was playing unfair.
That was kind of unfair. But yeah, we're gonna play some Payday 2. Hopefully, we'll get some people involved in that. And Minnesota Burns has been MIA. He's been all about playing it. Oh, I wanted to remind everybody, if you, I know a lot of people on YouTube have been playing and upload the Payday 2 beta, and up until now, you had to pay extra to get the Career Criminal package to get access to the beta. But now, if you have the original Payday the Heist on Steam, you have access to the beta until the game comes out, I believe.
So if you paid the extra $20, you've been stifed
This
in the
guy.
butt. Yeah, thank you. for
But not
doing
you, Chiz, because I gave you the beta key, the extra beta key that I got.
Yes,
I gave
you
it to
did.
you. So,
it. And someone gifted me Payday 2, so I did not have to even buy it.
really?
Comes out, yeah, that was like months ago, I told you. And that comes out in 2 weeks. No, next week. Tuesday.
It comes out next week?
Yeah, it comes out the 13th.
Oh,
and
okay.
everything else comes out on the 20th.
I looked at it the other day. It was August, and they still had yet to, like, they still said August 2013. I'm like, okay, well, it's August.
13th.
Yeah,
Next
all
week.
right. Anyway, we're gonna take a quick break. On the other side, we got some stuff we want to talk about. This is an odd time because there's not a lot been going on since the last week when Katie was gone and right now, at least not things that can really drive a show. But we're gonna do what we can. Stick right here. You've got That's Not Why You Called. We'll be right back.
Dicks.
That's not why you called. Thursday, 7 p.m. Central. That's not why you called.
You have real guitars. Why do you have a Guitar Hero one?
Because that one's closer.
Oh, okay.
There's no effort.
Where did my fake gun go? Damn.
Where did my fake gun go?
Anyway, welcome back to That's Not Why You Called, episode number 13.
13!
Yep. Coming back from a break, we were talking in the show, just some banter. We talked about what we normally, or what we've been doing on our channels. We had some technical difficulties because my router just went
Mrs. Technical
to the show.
difficulties.
Mrs. Technical? What?
Yeah. I don't know where I'm going with
Is
this.
that a Mr. Technical difficult?
I said Mrs.
But
because it's different than Mr. Technical difficult. He's really
where
big
is
on
my
YouTube.
fake gun, please? Because I need to fake blow my brains out.
Oh, stop it.
Yeah, Katie doesn't like when I do that.
I don't.
Finger
Why don't you like it?
Because
On
I
the
just don't
off
like
chance
it.
of it actually happening one
Right?
day.
Like, what
That's
if
why I'm
there's
just gonna
real
get up and
bullets
walk
loaded into
out.
that plastic gun?
I just
What
want
if
the
that-
idea.
What if that plastic fake firing pin actually plastic fake fires a plastic bullet?
Well, with 3D printing, you
Science.
never know. Could be a 3D printed gun.
Yeah.
Yeah. so I have legitimate cause to worry.
Yeah, he's like, wait a minute, yeah, oh yeah,
It all makes sense now. All
could
right?
be one of them printed guns. They're all
He
over the
bothered
streets
to print
now,
out the orange tip just to be safe.
just to be like, no, this is a fake gun, not a 3D printed gun.
That would be insane, though. I'd quit everything if that ever happened.
What? Did I actually off myself
If
on
you
a live
blew
stream?
yourself up and like it was a plastic gun, I'd be like,
See, look, she's uncomfortable now. Okay, I want to get to the core.
Because I just don't like the idea of
Like
it.
you're an
Why are you
onion with
upset after I'm
layers.
talking about
What is
me
your
killing
motivation? What is driving you in
what do you
this sense
dream about?
to be upset? So what makes you uncomfortable? Just the
Because
idea.
I just don't like the idea of thinking of you shooting yourself in the head or dying in general.
Well,
So
that's
I-
good.
Dying.
Really?
Because if you're like, well, what if I blew my brains out? You're like, yeah, that'd be bad. That would
phase
suck.
that bit, go about my day. You know,
Yeah.
no big deal.
The next step would be like, please do. Just
Like, I wouldn't like it because you would really blow up my phone with all of the tweets, and I just don't have time for that, Lefty.
I don't want to deal with
Did
this
you really
stress.
blow his brain out? Yeah, he did.
that's what that is interesting. Brain, your use of the word brain there versus brains.
Why would?
Because I only have one brain, so how do I
Yeah.
blow my brains out?
Because by the time the bullet hits, you have multiple brains.
Right, but they're not
not
whole.
valid.
They're not whole, fully functional brains.
Right?
They're
No,
just
but they're
pieces of brain matter.
It's like
Yeah.
a bunch of mice brains coming out the back.
I mean,
Or
you don't
mice.
like blow
That'd
up
be
your
weird.
hand and be like, blow your hands off.
Wait, wait, what? What did I miss?
Yeah, I think Katie just
Like
told me
if-
to shoot myself in the hand.
No, I said it's kind of like, you know, you have one hand, but if you blow your hand up, you don't just go like blew my hands off. You blew your hand off. Or
Like
blew
Peter
your-
Weller in RoboCop.
Sure.
In that one scene, God, that was an awful scene.
Movie talk. Here we go.
It was a.
Oh, I saw Orange is the New Black on Netflix, and that is a phenomenal show.
Just because everybody's singing its praises, I'm just gonna say it sucks.
Katie will not want to watch it.
Why?
There is so much muff eating in this goddamn series. It is because they're women in a women prison, so there is a lot of hardcore.
Oh, so
lesbianism
that's what it's
going on.
about?
No, it's a woman who gets sent to prison. She only has a year.
I don't mean
whatever.
muff eating. I don't mean the show's about muff eating.
No.
The show is set in prison?
It's
Is that
set
the
in
idea?
prison.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
and the relationships around it. It's cool because they all divulge and stuff. And the ending was crazy. And I'm really getting sick and tired of Netflix putting out a good series. Here's 12 episodes. Here's an amazing cliffhanger ending. We got to wait a year until you get season 2.
Well, then maybe you shouldn't just consume all 12 episodes in one sitting.
But they're so good you can't. It's like crack.
I know,
Not
but
that I
that's
know
the
what that is
idea.
like.
Not that you would know.
And
of
I've
course
never
not.
understood how that business model even works because when House of Cards was coming out, I mean, there had been other straight to Netflix series, but this was like the big one. I thought, okay, they're going to release they're going to do one a week, like TV, and that'll require people to hold a Netflix subscription for longer than the free month and for just 1 month. They'll have to stay connected. But they put all 12 out at once. It's like, how do they make so much money off that kind of idea when people binge watch in like a week? They don't need to re-up their subscription.
I don't know.
I
That's
don't
actually a
understand.
really good idea. You've just found a way to game the system for the stuff.
got
Because if you only watch
free ones.
Netflix for, what's
Exclusives.
right? What's the one that came out? The comedy, Arrested Development.
Yeah.
Is that it? If you only watch it for that, they've commissioned another season apparently. And if you only watch it for that, you start a free account and watch all the episodes. Or if you are more nefarious, you open a free account, rip all the episodes that you can, and then you've got them on your
can't.
hard drive. You can't.
It would
No
be
such
hard
thing.
because even Xbox has the HDCP HDMI thing that PlayStation 3 has. So you'd have to do component maybe. I don't know if that would work. Probably.
But anyway,
Nobody wants to fuck with
but you do that, and then the next year or whenever the next series comes out, you just start a new account, and bam, you got them all again.
another one.
I don't know. That's a really good. How do they? What's the thinking that?
I guess
This-
maybe that people will subscribe and not turn off their renewing monthly fee after that free month.
Yeah. It's a
Maybe that's what they're banking on.
what is the monthly fee for Netflix? It's not exorbitant, is it?
It's like $7 or $8.
For just the digital,
That's not
which is
bad.
all you need.
Yeah, so I don't know. Maybe they just I guess maybe that's it. They hook them and they say, "Look, it's only $8 a month."
Yeah.
Okay. And you don't have to go through the folderol of trying to download and rip all this stuff. You can have it whenever you want. It's only $8. You find that in your couch. You get that in change that you just have strewn about, your house in a month. So
I throw change at homeless people as I drive by.
It's not nice.
I'm giving them money. How's that not nice?
You're pegging them with money.
Well, it's better than having them whore themselves out for money.
but they're still going to whore themselves out for money.
Yeah, but
Even if
at
you
least
give them
I know
money.
I did not contribute to the whoring.
Mm-hmm.
I just threw money at a homeless person. He should be happy and thanking me and polishing my windshield.
No,
Yeah,
you pay those
polishing
guys
my
not to
windshield.
do it. That's what you
Yeah.
do. You pay those guys not to do that. Or there's guys that walk around in Chicago that try to shine your shoes for you. They'll just walk up to you with like a squirt bottle or something, and they just squirt it on your shoes and try. And it's like, dude, what are you doing? And then they
That's
finish
creepy.
one and they want money. It's like, no, get the hell out of here! You just came up to me and started grabbing at my shoes. I'm not paying
Jump in
you
mud.
anything.
Do it again.
You bum. They're not homeless. They're bums.
Oh,
They're bums.
mean.
They're bums. They're not
Don't.
homeless people.
Here we go.
Don't do it.
Don't go.
Don't do it.
Chasing waterfalls.
Right.
What?
Okay.
Yeah.
Nailed it.
I really TLC reference. You guys, Katie got it. Chiz, you suck.
You watch TLC?
That's it. Show's over. Done.
Frankly, I think DIY is better.
TLC isn't even a channel anymore, is it?
I think it is.
Oh.
It's not what it once
It
was.
used to be
though.
cool back in the
DIY is
day.
taking it over.
TLC back in the day, that's where you go, you watch like the aircraft carrier documentaries. That's where I would watch Buds, Basic Underwater Demolition School, the Navy SEAL training. They had a documentary about that.
No, you go to the
TLC
History
was the
Channel
shit.
1 or History
Discovery.
Channel 2.
No, you don't go to the History Channel.
You do between the certain hours when Pawn Stars and Swamp People aren't on, all right?
No.
Otherwise, you go to Discovery
People
or
on
you go to
Discovery.
the Science Channel. Science Channel.
Oh, I just want to talk about this. We just got this tweet, hashtag TNWIC. Chiz, can you see the top one? Most recent, well, the second most recent one now. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. What? I want to ask this guy. Tweeted this guy Brandon tweeted us on Twitter hashtag TNWIC. By the way, if you want to get involved, marked.
Okay, that one.
Mentioned all of us, me or Katie, Chiz, and myself, and said talk about PKA plays hashtag TNWIC, even though it's not PKA. Now, Brandon.
All right, I'm gonna talk about it right now. Okay, gonna talk about it.
All right, go ahead, talk about
PKA
it.
plays on That's Not Why You Called.
It's okay. He's gonna
He broke something.
He was going to melt those Astros anyway. By the way, does the bounty still say? I don't know. When he comes back, we'll have to ask him. Now, Brandon, let me ask you. Can you explain to me, and feel free to not mention any of us so you have the most characters you can. Explain to me, hashtag TNWIC, what went through your head when you sent that response, or when you sent that. Now, if it was a joke, just say it's a joke, and I'm an idiot, which I normally am. But I just want to. I don't mean to be a jerk. I'm not trying to make you feel bad. I just want to know your thought process. Just if you could walk me through that, and I think, well, I really like. Is it something like, well, I really like PKA. I want to consume PKA as much as I can. You're doing a podcast now, but I want you to talk about PKA because I really like PKA that much. If that's it, okay. But I just want to know what your thought process is to want us to talk about a PKA topic, a topic solely related to PKA on this show. I am purely curious about this. I don't mean to be condescending, really. I'm honestly curious about this. So please let me know. Hashtag TNWIC. Explain it if you can. By the way, Chiz, I meant to ask, is the bounty still going? 2,000 likes and you burn those Astros?
No, because I'll re-up it every week.
We'll
How about
re-up
that?
it every week, right? Well,
not gonna
right.
let it
The
roll
deadline
over.
is down, right? The deadline has
it's a
passed
week.
for
You've got
last
a
week's
week.
episode. You've got 7 days to get this episode of That's Not Why You Called to 2,000 likes, and then what will you do at that point?
I will melt my headset
On the
That's
air, on the air,
Yeah,
right?
on the air.
Okay.
Well, yes. We'll open some windows. It's gonna be fire.
Can you do like a séance?
He responded.
Really not? No, he did.
He did.
Katie, can you read it off? Because there's a lot of people.
He says, "Do a TNWIC plays then." I said it because we don't see you on the subreddit because of all those damn usernames.
Oh yeah, everybody pretends to be Lefty. Or no, not many people. There was one guy that pretended to be me with like his username. What? Yeah, but they're Flair. I'm just such
Flair.
an idiot when it comes to Reddit. But
Like
originally I confused those for usernames because I don't know. I'm just a dumbass. So, no, but Brandon, actually, TWIC plays is not a bad idea.
Yes, but
Well, but the only hurdle to that
that's
is
still-
that Chiz and I can't even coordinate for a simple play session of Payday 2.
because he ditches me.
I don't ditch you. Today, I gave us a clear-cut
Father.
timeline.
Timeline.
A line of time.
Line to time. Chrono de lino. Lino de chrono. Time. You're walking through a house.
We've said
You don't
time
know
so much
who's
that
there.
word has become almost completely meaningless to me. Anyway, I gave you a clear-cut time.
Time.
And I was like, we're gonna do this then. And then at that time, you were MIA.
Time.
Katie, don't jump in on this.
Time.
Go look
Fine.
at a clock or something. You're not here to
No
talk.
numbers.
You're not here to talk.
No numbers.
Go look at a clock with
No
no
numbers.
numbers.
The time is.
No numbers. Yep, exactly. There you go. Do you use that to keep us on time or no?
No.
Why not?
No.
It's an
I don't.
it's an elegant timepiece.
Yes.
You should be able to read it.
I can read it.
All right, what time is it right now?
Right now? Well,
Right
I just
now.
looked and it was 8.
Down to the minute.
No. You have to look at the watch.
But I already know it would be.
All right. Well, then I'm just going to
We'll
randomly
randomly
ask
ask
you. Yeah, we're going to randomly ask you for the
Okay.
time, and I want
I'm
you.
probably going to know.
You
it.
can't. No. But you can't. No. I see your eyes drifting down to the lower right-hand corner of your monitor. That's not allowed. You can't do that. It has to be as soon as we ask, your eyes go straight down. No, like
That's fine.
Yeah, my watch is over here now. Yeah.
Okay.
So you're going to have to do that. Anyway, again, if you also want to get in touch with us, hashtag TNWYC, and we appreciate everybody leaving a like on the stream. If we get to 2,000, Chiz will burn his Astro headsets. Are those Astro?
Yeah.
There's Astro headsets in a seance.
Yeah.
A
what we're
seance?
gonna
No,
do.
come on.
Yeah, I don't want to do a seance.
Why don't you want to do a seance?
'Cause those are
I have to
scary.
kill a
Why are they-
goat. They're scary.
You're afraid of
Not-
roller coasters, but you're not afraid of seances.
Well, 'cause you know they're
Not all
bullshit.
seances involve sacrifice.
Doesn't matter.
The good ones do. And if I'm
Why
gonna
would you
do
waste a
something, I'm
good?
gonna do
Why
it
would you
right.
waste a good seance on this show? You ever think about that?
Right. You should save it for next time I'm on PK.
There you go.
Yeah.
The next time
Makes
I
sense.
allow you to be on PKA, get that right.
Wow.
Get that right.
Wow.
Deep, man.
Wow, Katie
Wow.
defending Chiz. That's not new, is it?
No, I just thought, what?
She just agreed that was mean.
I just said, wow, I was
Skankopolis.
not expecting it.
What? It was a
I
joke.
didn't say anything was mean. So calm down. Take a breather.
I'm calm. Perfectly
Good.
calm. This is how divisions start. Anyway, somebody's been tweeting us. It's actually a really good topic.
Revolt.
Yeah, start this show without me.
Tyranny.
Do it on a.
That'd work out real well.
Yeah, you and Katie for
Thank
2
you.
hours. I'm sure she'd love it, but
Yeah, you should
Oh
have
my
seen
God,
it when
don't
you were
even
gone. It was like, hi.
No, actually, the only thing I said was, well, this is awkward.
Yeah, this is awkward, and then I said nice hair, which made it more awkward.
Oh, you did? I didn't even
I
hear you
did.
say that.
Katie does have pretty hair.
There you go.
Nothing wrong with
I
that.
didn't know what to say. We were I thought you were died.
You were died. Perfect
Why was
grammar.
I were died? Got it. Well, you know,
You
when you were
criticize
died,
me.
sometimes sometimes that shit happens. Anyway, the new pope. I don't know his. I don't know Pope.
I don't know his name.
Yeah, don't
I don't
care.
remember it.
Atheist.
It's not Benedict.
Pope. That's what.
Yeah.
That's his name.
The Pope.
Yeah, Pope.
The Pope.
Yeah, Pope.
Scusi.
The Pope.
Even though he's not Italian. But the Pope came out in. Is it? A lot of people. The Pope came out with some. What a lot of people are deeming pro-gay, or at least accepting of homosexuality, a mantra for the church. And he also is apparently on the verge. I don't know if he has already. Somebody can probably give us a clarification on this. Talking about condoning the use of contraception, especially in South Africa, which as we've talked about, would do a lot to curb the spread of disease, at least of the sexual kind in that part of the world. But he came out. I don't have the quote in front of me, but a pro-gay quote. He says, if someone is gay and they seek the Lord, who am I to judge? Who are we to judge? Et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And now a lot of people are taking that to be the church kind of turning a corner, becoming more progressive in the modern times. But does that really sound like he's saying it's okay to be a gay Christian or a gay Catholic, whatever?
No, it's kind of like, we'll deal with it. That's the kind of.
But because he says, if a gay comes to and seeks out the Lord, and that's the key phrase in my mind, because it sounds a whole lot like, well, if somebody
Gay
is gay
Christians.
and they're trying to overcome their gayness through the Lord, those gay cure camps, that are all
Right.
just Jesus fests. That kind of sounds like what it is. It's like, well, if you're gay, but you accept Jesus and try not to be gay, then okay, which isn't really accepting of anything. It's still very divisive and in fact anti-gay, because it flies in the face of the medical fact, at least at this point in our knowledge, that you don't choose to be gay. At least if you're an actual gay person and not just like some kind of sexual pervert or not necessarily pervert, but you know what I'm talking about. I misspoke. I don't mean homosexuality isn't perverted, but you don't. That would fly in the face of modern science, where they say you don't choose to be gay, you just are, and thus you can't pray a lot and then not be gay. You just can't do that.
Right.
So is anybody else like weary of that? Because I know there's been a lot of praise thrown upon the Pope. Scusi.
Yeah, you can interpret it that way. I feel like we have to wait to really know, because you're interpreting it that way. Others interpret it the way
Right.
that they are, which is, hey, he's accepting. So it's really down to how you interpret it. You'd have to wait and see what his actions are, because it can go
Yeah.
both ways. So it's
I can
really
see
up
how
in the
it
air.
is construed that way.
Yeah.
Construed what way? Positively or like?
More on the negative sense that he's doing it simply because he says if you are gay and you're looking to the Lord and possibly not being gay, then yeah,
See-
I guess. But I see it in a different way.
That it was my issue was because and maybe this is just me projecting negativity and pessimism on people, but I thought it seemed kind of mealy mouthed, because if you were just going to say it's okay to be a gay Christian, don't you say if you're a gay Christian, I don't judge you for being gay. That whole part of the Bible, because he didn't because that would be in stark contrast to what many people interpret the Bible to say. He didn't say that. He didn't say it's okay to be homosexual and also worship God because God will be accepting of you. He didn't say that. He said, well, if you are gay, and again, I'm projecting this tone, but I can't help it. It's my show. He said, well, if you are gay, but you're seeking out the Lord, well, that's okay. Who am I to judge you for that? See, it seems like he was trying to say something without actually saying something that also might go the other way and offend a lot of Christians, especially here in America and Europe, which is I didn't learn was apparently they don't like homosexuality. At least Russia.
Where? Oh, well, that doesn't count.
Well, Russia is a part of Western Russia is pretty much Europe. I know the people who say it's not actually Europe. Like, come on, they're
But no one
Right
cares
there.
about Eastern Europe. That is like the ghetto south of Europe.
that's the
okay?
Maywood of Europe.
Yeah, exactly. It's only civilized Western Europe. We get like Turkey and Czechoslovakia, aka Czech Republic, because we're not in the 1970s or whatever.
It's Czechoslovakia. You slip in, you slip out. It's Czechoslovakia.
No.
Everybody, no, Chiz, I don't want you to name that reference. Everybody, if you can name that reference in the comments,
I'd be surprised if anyone gets it.
please do. This is a good age test to see how aged you are, either intellectually or biologically. Because if you're older, at least biologically speaking, you probably get the reference I just made. But if not,
I'm curious if anyone gets it.
now we're gonna wait and see. Also, you can tweet us #TNWYC.
Hashtag TNWYC.
That's how you get.
But the contraception thing he's pushing, that's good.
Is he pushing that? Is he actually?
Yeah.
Okay, well that's good, because that's
Really, once you've had Benedict, you can't go much harder and worse unless he starts burning Christians in the middle of the Vatican. So, I mean, really anything this guy says and does is going to be good from a liberal standpoint compared to where we were before with Benedict.
right, especially because Benedict was a guy that kind of covered up the kid touching.
No, not kind of. He did.
Yeah, he did. He
Yeah.
definitely covered up the child rape. That he's like Joe Paterno. Him and Joe Paterno were basically the same person, except one was the leader of a religion, the other was the leader of a podunk town in Pennsylvania.
Same thing.
Pretty much same thing.
You're dealing with the
Idiots.
same kind of people.
Right,
You know, your
idiots.
authority is over the same kind of people, retards.
All right. Just for the record, if everybody that's going to tweet us #TNWYC, Michael Schiavo at Mikey. I can't see the rest of your Twitter handle, and I'm too lazy to look it up. Was the first person to guess right on the reference that I just made.
go.
I wonder if that was a Google. Was that a Google answer? Let us know, Mike. Can I call you Mike? I'm calling you Mike. Mike, let us know.
Type it in.
Some people are like that, where they're like, my name is Michael. Speaking of Mike versus Michael, Rooster Teeth, Chiz, you got a bone to pick.
We'll talk about that after our commercial break, will we not?
Yeah, we will.
It's
Because I
time.
actually looked at my watch without looking at the damn
Yeah,
time.
you did
Katie,
look
what
at your
time is it?
Oh, what? It's 8:58. I just looked.
You looked at the corner.
I didn't
Katie,
even look at the
stop.
corner. I just previously looked, so that's why. Because
You're
I'm keeping
so-
time here.
By the way,
people.
if you just type in it's Czechoslovakia, the first thing that autocompletes is Stripes,
God damn it.
and it's the #1 quote. So it's IMDb at the top. So
Damn.
I feel like that's got to be a Google answer.
Probably.
Great movie.
This is a great movie. It's a great movie.
Bill Murray's so cute.
He looked old even then.
Yeah,
that
he
was in the
did.
80s, and he looked like he was in his 40s, but he wasn't. I mean, he was
No.
like, I think he was like 35 when they filmed Caddyshack.
Yeah,
And so he's like 65 now. But
but he looks 60. He looks 80 now.
yeah. But I mean,
really
when
haggard.
Bill Murray was in his prime, Groundhog Day, Mr. Scrooge, or Scrooged, Stripes, what? Ghostbusters.
Ghostbusters.
I mean, he was old-ish. I mean, especially for that time. Like he peaked later in his career, which I didn't. I mean, I wish he would be younger because I want more time with Bill Murray because he's funny.
Yeah, he hasn't really done anything. What was the last thing I recall he did was Zombieland.
Yeah.
Right, and that was
He
he was
looked
just
like he was about to die.
And
But
that
he
was
was
a
just-
cameo up here.
right. He was just in that for like a couple minutes,
And he was playing himself until he got blown. Sorry, spoiler. He got shot in the fucking chest with a shotgun.
Well, but that's every Bill Murray appearance is Bill Murray playing himself, except for I don't know, Lost in Translation. But I didn't see that because it's not
I
starring
didn't
Bill
see that
Murray.
either.
It's starring
Yeah.
Bill Murray acting as somebody. But I don't watch Bill Murray movies to see him act. I watch Bill Murray to
For Bill
watch
Murray.
Bill Murray. Right? Just like
Yeah.
Rodney Dangerfield. You don't watch Rodney Dangerfield in any of his movies. Back to School, Caddyshack. What was the other one he did? It's on the tip
This
of
is
my
the only
tongue.
two that I can recall right now.
Back to School, Caddyshack. There was another one. There was like a third one, I want to say. Anyway, you don't watch Rodney Dangerfield movies to see him act. You watch him to be Rodney
How many
Dangerfield.
people even know who Rodney Dangerfield is?
Hopefully a lot, because he was a very special comedian.
Yeah. But he's old.
Well,
Not
he's
from his
dead.
time.
Now he's dead.
I know, but he's a dated person.
Okay, yeah, right. But I don't know. What? But hey, we appeal to people that like George Carlin because they, people get our Carlin bits.
Well, that man is fucking legend.
And also dead.
Also dead.
Also dead. Anyway, on the other side of the break, we're going to stop talking about dead people. We're going to talk about Chiz ripping the shit out of Rooster Teeth. He's got a bone to pick, and we're going to pick it right after this break. You guys, that's not why you call. We'll be right back. Leave a like.
Don't pick your butt.
We like when you leave a like. We'll be right back.
Pineapple.
That's not why you called. Thursdays, 7 p.m. Central. That's not why you called.
Welcome back. That's not why you called. Second half of the show. First half done. We had a hurdle to get over in the first half of the show. Technical difficulties. We got over them. But now we're back.
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 Not black.
Not black. Because then we'd have to pay them money, and we can't do that.
No.
Well, if you give us the $150K in an account,
We're not spending it on.
You wouldn't spend it on a license? Come on, it's like $5.
Depends what. What song? We would have to pick some.
We'd get Back in Black.
Really?
Yeah.
That's all right. I was gonna go with "Call Me Maybe" instead of "Back in Black."
No, well, we'd have all the opens, like all the lead-ins, all the bumpers for, we'd have stuff going to break and coming from break. They would all be licensed stuff. We'd get little segments with licensed music as a bed for it. We'd go to the nines, baby. Don't even.
Can we get "Call Me Maybe"?
No.
That'd be kind of funny.
I'm not signing the contract then.
Call Me Maybe. Why?
Because I would like to sing "Call Me Maybe."
Like if when we get a studio with 150 grand and then we have a call-in function, then you can have all the "Call Me Maybe" you want, because that's a perfect.
Austin, that's a perfect
segment.
bumper right
We could
there
call it
for a
"Call Me
segment.
Maybe." Right?
Maybe it depends how many fans we have. We might not get it.
No, we'd overload the switchboard. Let's not kid ourselves. We would overload the switchboard.
We would have like 10 lines.
We'd have like 2 lines, and we would overload those 2 lines easily, because I would be making a call on one of them. So basically, we'd only be having 1 line, and that would be.
Lefty just puts on an accent, calls in to the show.
Yeah, I'd call the second line from the first line. And see, it's guaranteed. That's why I would guarantee that we would overload the phone lines. That way I can say, like, I'd be like, we're overloaded on the phone lines. Everybody call in until you get don't get a busy signal.
Like an hour.
Yeah, and I just leave it hanging. It's basically.
We'll get to your call soon enough. Caller, you're on the air.
Yes, hello.
Hello, this is not Lefty.
This is Righty. Hello. Oh, dear. I don't even know what you guys are talking about, but I decided to call the show. I listen every week. And, oh, dear. Huh?
Are you serving fruit pudding today? Oh, what day is it?
Hello there.
The show would go. Walken would come in and be this whole thing.
See, I had an idea. I could do Christopher Walken vines. Like Will Sasso has his Arnold Schwarzenegger driving, and I could do Christopher Walken.
That's perfect for you because you can only probably
That's all I do.
Walken for 7 seconds.
Right, that's why.
That's perfect.
Come on,
because if you went to Instagram,
drive.
If you go to Instagram video and it goes to 14 seconds, then it goes from Christopher Walken to Jew.
Yeah, Christopher Walken. That would be the character, Christopher Walken turning into an old Jew. That would be the character.
It's just an act. You do it on purpose. Own it.
What? The turning into a Jew?
Yeah, that's your bit.
No,
Walken turning into a Jew.
Right. Well, that would be my bit, but it's not because it's not like I'm talented and I can make it do that. It just does it because I
know,
suck.
but I'm saying you act like it's
Oh, well, of
purpose.
course. Yeah.
You sell it that way.
Totally planned.
Totally planned. I totally planned to do all that. But yeah, Will Sasso's like, come on, let me drive. I just discovered Will Sasso's Vine, and it's hilarious.
It's amazing.
Because of me.
That's because of Katie. I
You should look up
discovered
the
Will
YouTube
Sasso.
videos of where people take all of his lemon ones and compile them into a long-ass video.
I saw a few of the Arnold Schwarzenegger ones, the driving ones, on YouTube. And
$22.
Right, and I hadn't seen, I didn't understand the concept of a Vine or what it was, but then I saw, like, Katie turned me on to Sasso's Vines. She's like, have you ever seen them? I'm like, yeah, well, I've seen the YouTube compilations, and then, but it's so much better to watch the actual Vines. Like, they're so funny.
I feel like Vine is only for, like, Twitter. Anyone can be on Twitter, but, like, Vine, I feel like you gotta have something special about you. Because I don't use Vine, and I don't see the point.
No, I don't.
But watching people like Will Sasso, and there's a couple others I've been sent, are really good in their creative with that 7 seconds.
Right, and that's the craziest part, is that when you look at Will Sasso's Vines, that's
better than his Mad TV career.
His Mad TV career was good. I like it. And, you know, props to Will Sasso for dropping a ton of weight. He's looking good.
Yeah.
Good on him. But, I mean, he only has 7 seconds each and every time to be creative. And all the shots he creates with that 7 seconds, it's like, I don't have that kind of comedic bone in me.
You don't know that. You haven't tried.
Nah, bad.
Nah, he knows.
I've watched this show. I've watched this show on VOD. Bad.
Okay.
But anyway, as we teased before we went to break, Chiz, you got a bone to pick with Rooster Teeth because they copied us.
They copied us.
Copiers.
Copied us.
Blah, blah, blah.
We're going to war.
We're going to war? To the mattresses?
We're going to war. You might have your big tanks and jets and artilleries, but we got muskets and blunderbusses because we down in the trenches going to war.
Wait, do they actually have tanks and stuff, or is this figurative?
This is figurative because
Okay,
they're so grandioso, and we are like a petite woman.
What do they got? What do they got? What do they got? They got Let's Play? Come on. Oh, Let's Play. I can do that. Their content sucks.
They're the #1 gaming podcast on iTunes.
I know, it's a joke. I don't think their content actually sucks.
I don't want them to hate us, Lefty.
Their content doesn't suck. It's actually really good.
Stop it! Stop it! No, they copied us because on the last show, which was one of our best performances, not because Katie wasn't there.
No. I'm going to say
It was
because
because she wasn't there because we were off topic like a motherfucker.
we were.
We talked about science and space and all kinds of things.
We talked about black holes, Katie.
It's time
And and stretching
future.
time and stuff.
in movies. And all
Yeah.
kinds of stuff. Yeah. It book.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Boggle the mind.
Huh?
And we I'm good.
Okay. All right. So they copied us how?
Yeah, we were talking about names. I don't know how that got on, and we started going through like why they're nicknames from names, and we specifically brought up Richard and Dick, and Jack and John because of you, and they had the same conversation on their podcast on Monday. Now it's either a random coincidence that they would bring up talking about names and then comparison of nicknames, or they watched the show. Hi, and then they took our bit and put it over there.
You
I'm
can
just
hire
saying.
us. I will do stuff for you.
I will hold a light and jump in on videos.
I will help produce your podcast.
I applied for that position,
Oh, yeah?
and I thought it was like, well, I have a lot of experience in this realm. I already do it. And then they brought the person on air who got the position, and he's like, yeah, I've worked for this TV network. I've got like 15 years of experience. I'm like, didn't stand a fucking chance. But so they copied the name bit, and they randomly started talking about the show Gold Rush and Deadliest Catch,
we
also talked about.
We basically created those shows, and now they're talking about them. That's
They
bullshit.
just stole, the
Basically.
whole podcast was stolen from us.
Yeah.
You've been called out. Now invite us there.
Invite us on the show.
It's all good in the hood.
Right. Invite us on the show.
Full expense paid trip out. Please.
No, we could just do it over
Well,
Skype.
I'm not doing it out of. It's not. I want to sit next to him.
Oh, you just want to be near them because you've got some
I just-
weird like fangirl thing going on with them.
I've been to so many events where they're at and they have their booth, and I've never once walked up and gone to their booth and said anything to them. And even
It's because
creepier when
you're intimidated by them, aren't you?
Yes, and they're sexy in like a creative way. I love them. They're the only people. Like it's like, oh, here's Tobuscus. Oh, hi, Toby. Or here's FPS Russia. Hi. Those dudes I freak out over. Like they'll walk by the hall when they're not working, but they're going to their booth, and I'm like, Gavin, Des.
Which one's
They'll never
Gavin?
see me. The British one.
Okay. Who's the one that screams a lot?
That's Michael
Okay.
from Joyzy. Joyzy Mikes.
I figured that
Yeah.
out. Yeah.
They're the
Okay.
only. I don't say hi to them. And I took it to a creepier phase at last PAX Prime. We had exhibitor badges because we were working, so you get to walk around before and after hours whenever you want. We were walking through waiting for food or something, and I walked up to their booth and took a photo of their booth and went, "Hi, I'm outside your booth."
And you
then I
mentioned
walked
them
away.
on
Yeah.
like Twitter?
Yeah,
Wow.
probably why they've never contacted me.
Yeah, maybe that's why you didn't get the job because they read it like, wait a minute. Is this this is Chiz? Oh no. No, we are not inviting him to do anything.
Wouldn't hurt you.
It's just so creepy.
Yeah, that's creepy. But anyway, the gauntlet has been cast.
This isn't Fatal Attraction, okay? I'm perfectly sane. Fatal
Fatal-
Attraction.
Is that the one where she shows her
I
Is that-
don't recall. I remember all the
what
stabbing though.
With the scene where she's like she's being interrogated by the police. She's smoking a cigarette, and she uncrosses her legs. And,
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, of course that would be the scene you remember.
It's a famous scene.
Uh-huh.
I've actually never seen the movie.
Right.
Oh, shame on you.
Oh God, Katie's mad at me now. Great.
No, I'm not.
He's gonna go home, turn the lights down low, and watch Orange Is the New Black. Not gonna pay attention to the plot, just all the muff eating.
It's like, where is the
I like
muff
that word.
eating? I want it.
I like that word. Muff.
Look at her. She's mad at me now.
Katie, what is a nicer word to say? Muff or pussy?
I'd probably prefer muff.
Yeah, see? It's
What about
It's
cooch?
a mellower word. Or cooch. I like cooch too. It's kind of like kitty.
Or chonch. What about chonch?
No, ew, that's gross.
Everybody let us know in the comments your favorite words outside of vagina and pussy
Minge.
to refer to vagina and or pussy.
Minge.
Minge?
Yeah.
What was the one on the streams that?
Oh, I don't remember it. Clunge. Clunge.
Oh, clunge. Yeah, the clunge.
That was an
God.
evil one.
Ugh, it's so gross. I feel gross even
A
saying it.
giant clunge.
Oh, the
Just
giant
swallowed up
pulsating
planets.
clunge. The clunge is coming
Light could not
Oh my
escape the
God.
clutch.
this summer.
Ew, 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 ew.
2013.
Box.
Lunch.
Not that bad.
Box. Box, yeah. I'm going with muff.
Woman cactus.
What?
What? Someone actually tweeted that. What the hell?
Yeah, I don't.
Woman cactus. Yo, you need to shave better.
Otter's pocket. Mm.
Flesh cave.
Roast beef sandwich.
Some original.
That's just one I came
Freaking
up
gross.
with. What?
Ah. Ugh.
So she draws the line.
That's where she draws the line.
Meat wallet. Only making deposits.
Wizard sleeve.
What the fuck?
Wow.
What?
I
Oh,
don't
there's
understand
the
that one.
tried and true punani. That one works.
Yeah. Going with muff.
Okay, moving on because I do this
Or
show
muff,
could
sorry,
just.
not muffin.
Yeah.
Muff. Cunt. Wow, cunt
Ugh.
crevice. I feel like that was a little redundant. Yeah, we're done. Yeah, Rooster Teeth, you've been called out.
You've been called out, Rooster Teeth. No, you see, watch. This is the test now because we'll see if next week they start doing creative euphemisms for vagina.
Oh, they will.
And if they do, then we know. Then we know they're watching. And if they are, please like one of my videos on YouTube.
And we would love to play games.
And Dualcom.
Videos.
About what? I don't know.
Lefty can voice act in one of your hit Machinima series.
Yes,
I
I can
say funny
are
things.
voice acting.
See, he's so good. Go ahead, bring us down to Texas with your Google Fiber and pants.
Voice acting. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll make you coffee and join your coffee club at work.
Now, speaking, because you mentioned you didn't have enough experience, you didn't think for the Rooster Teeth job. And,
Well, not compared to someone who had 15 years of
you're
television network stuff.
But there's been a lot of talk recently about just about working in America and getting a job, finding a job, holding a job. And it was recently a study was released that 90% of all jobs created since 2009 are part-time.
Yeah.
Holy sh.
Yeah, and that, what was it? Fuck. The small business jobs used to be 4/5 of all jobs, and now it's down to 2/3.
Good job, job creators. That's why you have all the money to create 90% of all jobs since 2009 are part-time.
And actually,
Good to see you're creating them jobs.
But it all affects itself, like, because you would think, most people that start a small business are venture capitalists and angel investors and things. But that makes up like 6%, I think, and 11% is bank loans. Most small businesses and startups are just from people who've saved money and set it aside, and they use their own capital. So let's all think about that and save some money instead of buying meth.
And let's all think about job
And stop
creation
shipping jobs overseas.
and the bullshit that is job creation. But
not trickle down economics. That doesn't
No,
work.
it doesn't
but we are
work.
saying small businesses work.
And I for me it's really simple because the working and lower classes are the biggest classes in this country, and in many countries. And that's the whole idea, the 1%, et cetera. And if you're not, especially if you're the U.S. government, and you're not going to tax the upper 1%, if you're not going to be truly progressive in your tax system, in which those that can afford to pay more actually do pay more, if you're not going to do that, if you're not going to tax capital gains at a fair rate, or you're not going to tax people that flip properties at a fair rate because technically they're investments, it's not real income as like from a job. If you're not going to do that, why is minimum wage not at least $15? Why do fast food workers, why do they have to lead the charge for at least doubling minimum wage? Because they're demanding it from their employers, which, okay, but this shines a light on the whole thing that the minimum wage is supposed to be the minimum, right? A minimum livable wage. It needs to be $15 at least, or $20. And if you're going to do that, if you're not, as the government, going to tax the rich in a truly progressive way, why not raise the minimum wage to something to an actual livable wage, and two, let that be the tax on the uber rich that own every business and create all these jobs, etc. Why don't you do that? And before I get all the libertarian a-holes that took an economy course in high school and think they're, fucking macro geniuses, yes, that means some businesses will be forced to close and cannot operate. Yes, that is exactly what I mean. Yes, maybe Papa John isn't entitled to have a nationwide pizza business. Maybe he shouldn't operate that. Maybe he's not entitled to that.
I love you, Papa John. If you're listening.
I don't, drunken racist bitch.
Whoa, where did that come out of left field?
Well, number one, he's a drunk partier, and his whole stance on economic stuff, it's very subtly racist.
I just know of him from the pizza commercials. He comes on, I'm a Papa John's.
No, and he's one of the incredibly rich people that's one of the front runners in saying, well, if you raise minimum wage, I can't work, or I can't operate my business. And it's like, well, maybe you'll be forced to contract. And guess what? In the places where you're supposed to, if you're supposed to close down, or you're forced to close down all the Papa John's franchises, are those people still going to want pizza?
Yes.
Right?
They're going to want pizza. They'll go somewhere else. Good. Bring back small pizza business. You're not. It's a monopoly. Mm-hmm. Hole-in-the-wall pizza places are better. Bigger.
And they do cost. Hotter. They do charge a little more, but okay. People are going to have more money.
You're not a fucking franchise. Brought this on yourself, Papa John's. Cunts.
Mm-hmm. And it's just, it upsets me when I see stuff like, 90% of jobs created are part-time. Okay, well, what does that mean about job creation?
We're not liable for slander, by the way, right?
What?
We're not liable for slander, by the way.
No, he's a public figure. They have to prove malice.
You're a cunt.
Yeah.
They cheat on your hookers.
Yes, I've heard that Papa John does indeed strangle Thai.
The ovens he uses, same ones from Auschwitz.
Yeah, he got them on special, but
bought in bulk.
But doesn't that upset anybody? Because here's the idea, and I've talked about this before, but until I see people actually get upset about it, because this has sparked a whole thing. It's like, well, can you really pay people that? And blah, 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 blah. Can you really pay fast food workers? Or should they really be making $15 an hour at least? Yes, they should. Because, okay, can Chiz or Katie, can one of you guys do the math on this? Let's break down the minimum that you need to survive.
I would say 50. Well, it depends where you live, but I would say you can get by on 50,000.
You can get by on 50,000?
You could probably even just get by on 40,000.
You get by on less.
They get by on less, but I'm saying there's so many factors where you live, how many people are in the household. If you're by yourself, and let's say you live,
but you have to assume by yourself. You have to assume by yourself. You can't say you can't assume get a roommate, live with your family. No. It has to be minimum.
No, I was saying if you had kids or something.
Oh, no. I'm talking about people that have an issue with what I'm about to say. Katie, can you take down some numbers? Can you open up a calculator? All right.
Mm-hmm.
I love doing this. You get a job. You get a minimum wage job, whatever it is. Full time. You're one of those lucky 10% people that your created job since 2009 is actually full time. You get that job. You're making $8 an hour instead of the federally mandated $7.25. You're making $8 an hour, 40 hours a week. Okay, for a month at $8 an hour, 40 hours a week, 4 weeks in a month.
$12.80.
Damn. Nice. So that's $12.80 a month, right? So that's your budget. Yep. Throw in 2 days as a fudge factor. Throw in 2 extra days, 2 8-hour days as a fudge factor for not, 7 times 4 is 28. So 2 extra days
56.
as a fudge factor. What's that?
That was 56 for the extra 2 days.
Extra $56?
Yeah.
Okay. So Katie, what are we at now?
$13.36.
$13.30.
Oh, so fucking close.
One more dollar. Just you have leap money. You get 20 minutes, but you're not at overtime. You get
it's not time and a half. No,
it's the extra, just the clock in, clock out stuff. So you've got leap money for the month. Now you got to find a place to live. How much you're not going to buy a house because you're working a minimum wage job, just above minimum wage job. You're still full time, but you're not going to buy a house. So you got to get an apartment, right? What is it? Unless you can't force people to live in the slums, right? Because that would be unfair, right? If you want to live, you're going to have to live in the ghetto where you're probably going to get shot going to and from work.
Or stabbed.
Right, where it's like $300 a month, $350 a month. Those are really like shady areas.
Say $650 for like a studio, $700 for a studio.
All right, let's keep it. Let's $600. Deal? $600 a month for an apartment.
Deal.
Studio apartment. Bam. Okay. Now you got to pay utilities, water, electric. Not many places have gas anymore. A lot of them are switching over to electric. So you got to pay water and electric. And what does that run you a month? $75? Let's say you're really energy conscious.
Let's just say $100.
$100. So that's
because it's summer.
Okay. So $100 every month you got to pay. Now, okay, you're also going to need food. You got to pay food, right? You got to pay for food. It's not a luxury. You need it. What do you spend on food a month?
Say $300.
$300? I tried to do the math once. I'm like, I don't know. So $300, is that a fair number?
I think that's being fair.
Fair? $300? Okay, $300. Shop Smart, $300. You can get by $300 a month on food. Katie, where are we at now?
Right now we're at, hold on.
An even grand, if I remember correctly.
I think it's 1,000.
Yeah.
Yeah, because 600 plus 100 for utilities plus 300. So we're at an even grand. You got $337. You got eat money left. E-T. Yeah. So you got that money left. Now, how are you going to get to work?
Yes.
Insurance and gas
And
registration.
But
let's say you bought a ghetto car for like $1,000 before. So.
Okay, so you got a clunker for $1,000,
which may break down.
Okay, but let's assume you were given a clunker, because $1,000 already puts us in the red,
right?
And financing already puts us in the red. Well, financing on a $1,000 car, would they even try to finance it?
They'll tell you to fuck off.
No. All right, so you're gifted a $1,000 car. You don't have to make any financing payments on it, but you got to pay insurance, you got to pay gas. What is that? What do you spend a month? Another it's $500 every 6 months for insurance. $75, $100 for gas. Gas prices these days. You live close to work. You're not driving that much, right?
Yeah.
So
like
100. Let's call it 100. Just easy stuff. $100 a month. So you're at 1,100. What else? What else do you need?
Cell phone.
You need a cell phone? At least you need some way for work to contact you, right?
Mm-hmm.
If it's not going to be a landline, cell phone. $50 a month. Okay? Now, so you've got TV, you've got transport.
And in the current way you're living just to live right now. You don't have any entertainment.
You're living not to die.
Yeah.
So what is that? That's $1,150 we've spent already, right? Mm-hmm. So that leaves, what, $187?
Yes.
187. Scream 187 on a motherfucker. So you've got $187 left a month. And this is barely living. Living not to die. What can you do with $187 a month?
$50 for TV and crappy internet package.
Oh, crap. So $137 a month in your pocket.
We're down to let.
Yeah. You got let money. You don't got
So
eat
now
money.
you got 137 to either put in your pocket, or this also accounts for going out to the movies or something.
Mm-hmm.
And God forbid something
Wait a
bad
minute.
happens.
Wait. We forgot something.
Let me think. Give me a hint of what this falls under.
The government's going to want their cut.
Oh, yeah. You gotta
Oh,
taxes, son.
yeah. You got to pay taxes on all your money. Oh, yeah. Now, those taxes are taken out of your check. It's
Yeah.
not like you can just say, hey, give
I'm
me the
paying
straight cash,
taxes.
homie. I'll pay taxes out of it. If
Yeah.
you're a full-time payrolled worker, the money is coming out of your checking account. So we are at $1,150 a month in terms of expenses. Or no, $1,200 a month in terms of expenses for TV and internet, right?
Yes.
Katie, take let's figure 25% taxes. You're in the 25% tax bracket. Let's assume there is one.
25%.
25% off of $1,337. What do you have left? Or 70? What's 75% of that? Because that's what you take home. 75% about that.
330?
25% is 334 off of whatever
Oh,
you get.
so close. I said 330 something.
334.25.
So what do you take home really monthly from your
So
job?
now
Barely
you're-
over $1,000.
You get. so that would-
Oops, you're
Oh.
broke.
yeah, you're in the red now.
Okay. Now we got to get back into the black.
So you take up dealing drugs on the corner.
Well, okay. You can do without. You can do without the TV and internet.
Yeah.
You can't do without the phone because you need a way for work to contact you. Nobody's going to
can walk
employ
to
you
work.
if you can walk to work. Take
Get
a
a
bus
bike.
system, get a bike. Okay. Now, for everybody that's going to have an issue with this little exercise that we did here, each caveat that you make, each time you say, well, they could do this. Well, they could get a roommate in their studio apartment.
That doesn't matter.
Each time you do that, just think, is that a life I would want to live? Would you do that? Would you have a roommate in a studio apartment? Would you get bunk beds in a studio apartment
Yeah.
and not have TV or internet and have a crappy phone system and walk to work, ride your bike to work? Would you honestly do that? And the answer is no. Don't bullshit me. It's not. So why would you force it on other people? The minimum wage needs to be at least $15. Economically speaking, the average wage, not the minimum wage, the average wage or the average living wage of the U.S. worker since 1970, I believe, has gone down more than 50%. When you actually adjust for inflation across all time periods, because each time they find a new way to calculate inflation every single year, they change the equation a little bit, but they don't retroactively apply that equation. If you universally account for inflation across all these time periods, and let's say you set the marker at the year 2000, the average worker in 1970 was earning about $20. So think back to the year 2000, whatever you could get for $20. That's essentially what the average worker in the U.S. was earning hourly. Now, again, this is in year $2000, the year $2000, whatever you could buy for this monetary amount in the year 2000. Now, the average worker is making about $850.
And it's shit.
And it's all. So now we're earning less than half of what the average worker was making 40 years ago, less than half, and most of that money is part-time. Why are there not riots in the streets at the 1% and at the government, at the professional politicians that have done this to the middle and lower class? Why is this acceptable?
Well, that's like asking why do those same people also vote in pundits that go against their own interests? You can't really answer.
Who, the middle class?
Well, a lot of the middle class, I'm talking about the Bible Belt specifically, vote in pundits that vote against their own interests because they believe crap like trickle-down economics and bullshit like that.
I have a
They
question.
aren't educated enough.
Katie has a question. We might have an answer.
Are we not having a...
We're going to go to break. You guys think about what we've been talking about. Chat amongst yourselves in the comments. I'm sure there's a lot of people discussing
your
this.
local Mickey D's.
No, don't burn it
What?
down.
No.
We'll be right back. No, don't burn it down. Go to like Goldman Sachs or JP Morgan and burn that mother down. Don't burn down the guy that's just making it by work flipping burgers at McDonald's. Don't burn down his place of work. He's going to get screwed. Go burn down the fat cat bankers. Go burn down their place of business. Anyway, we'll be right back.
Compromise.
That's not
Burn
why you
both
call.
down.
Burn down everything. Anarchy, mother humpers. We'll be right back. That's not why you call.
Dicks.
That's not why you called. Thursdays, 7 p.m. Central. That's not why you called.
I have other bumpers that I can use. I don't because I just like this riff. Fuck me, right? Right, whatever that meme is. Everybody does. I saw in the subreddit, in the TNWYC subreddit, people are like...
They like when you fucked up.
Yeah, they like the screwed up intro.
I laughed so hard.
Yeah, I know. But you see, but that's the only thing that can happen once in a while, and then because if it was every time I screwed up, it would cease to be funny. Yeah. If it happens once in a while that I screw up, then it's funny. But anyway, back on That's Not Why You Called. We are in the home stretch of the show. I don't know why I became Irish or Scottish or whatever.
You changed it right there when you started to say, I don't know what I am. You went from Irish to Scottish.
I did? Okay.
Yeah.
See, that's another bit. My Irishman becomes a Scotsman.
Scotsman.
And he also has no true Scotsmans. He uses logical fallacies.
I can't do Scottish or Irish.
Anyway, we are back. Just want to wrap up, put a bow on this economic stuff that we were talking about. Some people are probably going to raise the argument that, well, if you raise minimum wage so dramatically, once we get past it, it's going to put people out of business. And then I say, yes, it's going to put them out of business. And maybe they should go out of business. Because if you can't operate in this economic climate, then guess what? You go out of business. But people are also going to say, well, I don't know who they are going to have to raise the wages of skilled laborers, whether it be, union laborers or mechanics, truck drivers, welders, whatever, right? People that work an hourly wage that aren't on salary, that are, skilled in some respect. And
guess what? When those people, you raise minimum wage and people have more money, they can then buy things which stimulates the economy, and they can save money, put it aside, and go, hey, I want to start my own business, and then they start a new business, hire people, and that pushes the economy in the right direction.
But also the government doesn't control the wages for those workers. It sets the minimum, okay? And at the moment that the minimum wage becomes $15, $16, even $20 an hour, those previously skilled laborers, which the reason they have the skilled moniker is like, I have to make more than minimum wage, it's my union, well, then they're going to be making minimum wage. And then the answer is yes, they are going to be making technically minimum wage. Now, it's up to them as, to go to their unions or go to their whatever, their bosses and their companies and say, look, I'm a skilled laborer. The minimum wage is now this. I want more money. And if your bosses don't do that, if your union doesn't do that, I'm sorry. But you're still earning a living wage at least.
Yeah. And I want to bring up two comments I read. Somebody said, so successful people need to pay for failures at life. And he said minimum wage is $10. Here's something. He's implementing raise the minimum wage, not to what is it? He said successful people have to pay more in taxes. I don't know where Lefty stands on this, but I don't think that the 1% should pay higher taxes across the board, flat tax like that. But they should have to pay more in taxes on their capital gains, which is what Lefty touched on at the beginning, because that's not successful people being successful in working for their money. Their money is making them money.
The very fact that they have money makes them more money.
That's all it is. Stocks, investments, anything like that, and they pay a very low percent on it, and it's bullshit. They're not working for it. It's just I sit around and wait for it to make me money.
I want to dispense
tax on that.
I want to nip this whole rich people paying for failures thing in the bud, because that just smacks of my daddy's a businessman and he says he shouldn't have to be paying for all the people that are on welfare, and I took an econ class and the guy that has the type 2 teaching degree told me that they shouldn't, because me. Here's the thing, okay? Your daddy, whatever he does, what does he do? These people, these successful people that are making all this money that we say, well, if you can afford to pay a little bit more than everybody else in taxes, you should probably do that, right? That's the idea of a progressive tax. You can afford to pay more, you can. Not that we're going to bring you down to the earnings level of the middle class, but you can afford to pay a little bit more. And if you can't, guess what? Maybe you shouldn't spread yourself so damn thin, you idiot. Maybe you don't need 3 houses on a $400,000 salary. But anyway, these businessmen that own these corporations and businesses and operate in these markets that are making them all this money that don't want to pay it back to the failures. And the extension of that logic is, well, it shouldn't be given to handouts. The government shouldn't turn that money around and give it back out to people that don't work for it, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Welfare programs, all that. Well, your daddy and the businessmen and all these people, where do they stand on the government allowing them to do all these things that they do? Where do they stand on the government subsidizing their, I don't know, whatever, their car manufacturing company? Where the government subsidizing this and that? Where do they stand on receiving government contracts to do things? Like if somebody owns a construction company, like a big construction company, not like I do remodeling on the side. I'm talking about big, like in this area it's K5, it's a little mobbed up, but K5 areas, they love government contracts. Now, if you're the owner of a construction company, you say, well, I don't think my taxes, because I earn $1.5 million a year on my salary, I don't think they should be going to Well, where are you when the government says, hey, we need somebody to plan all these roads, and we got just a blank check? You're in the front of the line. You're like, yes, please. But people that are poor and down on their luck and maybe can't find a job or whatever. Oh, well, no. They can't have money because they're failures. They don't work for their money. Oh, okay. So government subsidies on the one hand, or government, let's clear the terms. Government subsidies is a form of welfare for the rich. Okay, so we're just going to call it welfare. Government welfare for the rich, well, that's good business. Government welfare for the poor, oh, they're failures, they don't work hard. So kiss my ass, you pampered bitch.
Yeah,
Bam. Anyway.
And maybe if you took some of that money and invested it in education, we wouldn't have so many quote-unquote failures.
Yeah, maybe if there was like a huge government fund that could help in underprivileged in areas where the students and the teachers just have the unfortunate luck of not living in a high real estate tax area. Because for those of you that don't know, much of school budgets and educational budgets come for individual schools and school districts comes from real estate tax. And if you're in a place that doesn't charge a lot of real estate tax, you're kind of screwed for your school system. So maybe if there was like a central fund that could maybe help these people, not lock in teachers to a certain thing. If you still teach in an affluent area and you get an affluent salary, okay. But if you're teaching in the slums of Chicago, this Chicago Teachers Union, as much as I hate the bastards for their using of children as shields and battering rams to get more money. If you say, well, look, the property taxes in this area have plummeted with the collapse of the housing market and all that stuff. And as such, our school is just completely underfunded. There you go. Central fund. Give a little bit. Yeah. That would be perfectly fine. And if you have a problem with that, then you're
racist.
Boom. Well, no, we just boom. Just put you in the public square and put a bullet in your brain. Because you're not going to help the species move forward.
Family and education. Bastard. Family and education.
Yeah, defense of marriage, too. Yeah. Family, education, and the sanctity of marriage. Yeah, and the sanctity of life.
Don't.
We have to reference Carlin at least once a show.
You didn't when you brought up... Katie caught it, too. You brought up a Carlin reference. You didn't run through the bit, though.
What did I do?
Earlier in the show. I don't remember what it was. Brought up a Carlin bit. Homeless.
Oh, no. I didn't go through the bit.
You didn't. It's not homelessness. It's houselessness.
Oh, I see. Katie, I thought you were laughing because that's just, you've spent time with my father and I. And that's clearly him talking. I don't know. I thought that's what she was giggling at. But okay. But no, what was the bit again? Damn it. I forgot the bit. I served it up to you, Chiz. I served the Carlin bit right up to you.
I was supposed to continue it. What was it, though, again?
Oh, damn it.
The sanctity of life.
Sanctity of life, yes.
You don't see Abbott and Costello running around talking about this shit. What's the latest from JFK? Nothing. Because Mussolini, Abbott and Costello, and JFK are fucking dead. They don't give less than half a shit about the living.
About the sanctity of life.
We get to choose the organisms that get to live, and we get to kill the ones that we want. Pretty sweet deal, huh? Want to know where it came from?
I'm not that up on the bit. I forgot
made it up.
That's right. We made it up.
We made it up. Death penalty, sanctity of life. Aren't we versatile? Carlin, quota 1 at least per show. Otherwise,
have to.
we lose funding.
From George Carlin.
Yes.
Basically.
From his
Grave.
what he's created.
His grave. His estate.
Yes. His daughter is still alive. She is writing us checks. Keeping him alive for younger generations.
Well,
You're
not
welcome.
actually alive. Keeping his material alive.
No. He's like Walt Disney.
Oh, he's frozen? We're going to thaw him out?
We're going to thaw him out in like 30 years. Whether he lives after being thawed out, completely different story.
That's the hard
he's
point.
Been, 30 years he's being thawed out. He'll be no. He died at 71 in 09.
I think it was 09 or 08.
It was 09 or 08. He was 71. So we got to hit him at 100. At 100, whatever that may be. So 30 years. We'll give him an extra year. Be frozen. Throw it in.
There you go.
Yeah.
He's not actually frozen. George Carlin's just dead.
I wonder what
Did they put him
happened
on
to his
a
body.
Did they put him on a pile of explosives and blow him up? Or throw him from a helicopter?
I'm really curious what they did with his body.
That was napalm and silly, but he had two distinct
Yeah.
wishes for his body after death. One was put me on a pile of explosives and blow me up. And the other one was just toss me from a helicopter.
Yeah.
But wherever I land, you have to leave me there.
I'm honestly fucking legit curious now because his daughter respects his material and she does tours talking about her life with him. So I'm sure she like cremated him or something.
Probably.
Scattered his ashes over a Catholic church. Something like that. Shot him off into the sun.
Yeah.
That's how it goes.
So that's our George Carlin reference for the day.
Thank you.
Should we do
Corner.
Thesaurus Corner? Is it time?
Now entering
See, again, if
Thesaurus
we had
Corner.
the money, there would be like a licensed music bit, like playing as we
Thesaurus
get geared.
Corner with Lefty Nice pulling out his
I'd pay.
fucking
Oh, that's a great idea.
A jingle.
We could pay somebody to do like a jingle. Yeah.
Charlie Sheen.
Yeah.
2.5.
All right.
Welcome to
Who's gonna say
with
stop?
Lefty.
Who's gonna say stop?
Let's do 2. We got time for 2. So
All right, we got 2.
first.
Katie, go first. Katie, just tell me when to stop. Ready?
Stop.
Damn. Getting towards the end there, I was kind of worried. I'm like, she knows to say stop, right? All right, left or right?
And
Panel.
then number from
Left.
Left. You are Little Miss Lefty. And from what? How many words from the top or bottom?
2.
Two from the-
Nope. 3.
3 from the top? 1,
Yeah.
2. All right. You mean the third from the top or
Yes,
the one
third from the
after
top.
3 from the
Third,
top? Well, that's a
third.
legitimate question because some
See,
people
third.
do it differently.
Okay, 3rd from the top.
Third from the top. Okay.
That word.
1, 2, 3. Excel.
Oh.
Microsoft.
No, the verb.
Okay.
If you mean the verb, excel, you can also communicate your wish for somebody to excel by saying surpass, transcend, or exceed. And as luck would have it, exceed is the word before it. So
There's only 3?
Wait, that was it?
Yeah, that was it. Yeah.
Wow. Lame. Should have gone for number 4.
Well, you win some, you lose some. All right.
Chiz, you ready?
Yeah.
Here we go.
Stop.
Jeez.
We're on eyes. Left or right?
Ooh. Righty, 5 from the bottom.
5th from the bottom?
Yeah.
Okay.
Going
1,
against the
2,
grain.
3, 4, 5. Ooh, international.
I always get the shitty word.
If you mean the adjective, you can also say worldwide, worldly, world, intercontinental, between nations, all over the world, universal, all-embracing, foreign, cosmopolitan. And the antithesis is, or the, yeah, I don't know, the antonym, which Is antithesis another word for antonym? Ooh. Is domestic, national, internal. That has been Thesaurus Corner. Thesaurus Corner.
Lefty pulls out his $25 handy dandy hand pocket sized thesaurus that is old.
That doesn't have any words, cause Katie's cheap and couldn't get me a real thesaurus for my birthday.
And it's got a picture of a globe on it.
You're acting like that's all I got.
Why does it have a picture of the globe? Webster's New Pocket Thesaurus. Why does it have a picture of the globe?
Oh, because it's a hand one, so you're supposed to travel with it. It doesn't say traveler on anywhere on there. It's a pocket size.
But
one.
yeah, New Pocket Thesaurus.
Yeah.
But since when does a picture of the globe imply travel? Wouldn't you mean a plane
implies
then?
international travel.
Right, but a plane would
plane.
also imply
because you could
international
go by
travel.
boat,
Could
or
go
by car, or train, or NASA shuttle.
Well, no, they can't. They don't have any shuttles left that are operating.
Cosmopolitan. That was my favorite one in there.
But yeah, it is a synonym.
Bam.
Which is funny.
Bazinga!
Bawinga.
Bawinga. I say Bawinga. I don't know why.
Bawinga, that's not how it goes.
I don't know. So anyway, what are we going to do for the last 4 minutes to close out the show? What are we going to do? What are we going to talk about?
Left 4 Dead 3 confirmed.
Oh, Left 4 Dead 3 is confirmed. I'm going to put this in the tags now with the video.
There you are.
That nobody's going to
funny.
see because the stream had to restart. God damn.
There's nothing really to say. Left 4 Dead 3 confirmed. No date or anything. I mean, technically, they've already announced that Half-Life 3 is confirmed, but once again, there's no date, so it doesn't really matter. But it's nice to know they're making it. We don't know if there's going to be Portal 3. But besides that, you brought up the tags thing. I listen to a lot of podcasts, and it's funny that even the meta tags don't just fall into like the YouTube rule where people will put like Woody's Gamer Tag, FPS Russia in the tags to pop in there. But I was on the Adam Carolla thing on the iTunes. They have a description next to each episode, and you don't see the tags. Well, I guess someone there had put the tags where the description goes, and I got to read them, and it's like Adam Carolla, Jimmy Kimmel, the Apprentice, Celebrity Apprentice, because he was on that. Like all these different things that have nothing to do with that episode of the podcast or even the podcast really, but they are related, so they will generate views and stuff. I thought that was interesting that it's not like just everybody thinks YouTubers are scummy and they do things, but it's just everyone wants to put the best optimized tags.
Well, yeah, it's just not even optimized. It's not optimized. You want to get everywhere with your. You just want to
throw a net.
You just want to be everywhere all the time in any search engine. They don't care, you know. Somebody watches it, whatever. You watch it, you're good. Recurring viewers. So that's the landscape. That's what it is. Tim asks via Twitter, hashtag TNWYC, as we close out the show. So is Dr. Chiz going to stream it all this coming week?
I'm going to try. Yes.
I'm going to try.
I'm going to try.
And I am in the process of I'm going to buy some more RAM to make my PC. I may. I mean, I got the money. I could do it right now. I'm just debating on whether I need to hold on to it just for. Well, no, just you don't know what's going to happen in the coming future. But do I want to invest $160 to get the 16 gigs of 2133 megahertz? Yeah, gigs. The
blowing up the RAM.
The 2133 megahertz RAM, which is best optimized for streaming. Do I want to invest that to stream? Am I going to make use of it? It's like it's a business decision. I have to decide if I'm going to.
You're going to make it back.
Am I going to make it back? What am I going to make it back? When can I make it back? When can I tell my investors that I'm going to make it back and thus start earning a profit? This is Business 101. I shouldn't have to pay more money to welfare recipient failures, okay? Because I'm running a damn business here. Damn it.
My RAM.
Yeah.
Bitches.
Breaking
Bad starts up again this Sunday.
Yes, an Army Worm, my CPU and motherboard do support 2133.
Of course they do, motherfucker. He wouldn't get it otherwise.
I've got the Asus P8Z68 Pro Gen 3. Should have done 3.
Wow.
Yeah, that's what I got as a
think
motherboard.
you've overdone yourself.
Not the Pro Gen Deluxe or whatever, but the Pro Gen 3. It does overclock to 2133. Anyway,
Asus motherboard.
Asus, good products. If they want to sponsor the show, we would pimp everything,
including dolphins.
If they have dolphins. No, but Asus, they make stuff. I use it.
If they had dolphins.
I would actually pimp their products because I use their products and I like them.
Now I'm just fixated on getting a dolphin.
Get a dolphin. Work on getting a dolphin. Next week, Thursday, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. Always, we'll be right here. That's not why you call. That's our time. We got to get out of here. Thank you guys for joining. We hope you enjoyed. As always, liking the stream does help us out. We greatly appreciate it, everybody that does. Thank you for joining. We hope you enjoyed. We are out.
Have sex with dolphins, kids.
No.
Wow. Just wow. That was the worst one yet. That was the worst one yet. I'm just ending. I haven't even ended the show yet. That's the worst one yet.
That was the worst one?
Worst one. All right. Now we're